Hello, everybody, and today I'm going to be discussing my top 5 favorite Batman animated versions of the character. So we're not going to go over the TV shows overall. We're not going to be discussing the show. We're just going to be talking about Batman, the character, in this version. So I picked 5, and I'm gonna have fun with this, but we're going to put some honorable mentions since this list was kind of hard, kind of easy. Some of them are very obvious, but let's get started. So number 5 might take you by surprise, that being Batman from the Tomorrowverse. So I really like this version of Batman. I like the seriousness and grittiness of this Batman who slowly learns to have people to be in his life, even though this Batman does not have the Bat family at all. He has Alfred, he has the Justice League, but he's kind of just to himself, and he learns throughout the Crisis on Infinite Earths film to have people in. He finally lets the Bat family in, and that's the whole point of his arc. In part 2, he rejects the whole Bat family, but then in part 3, he said it took the end of the world to finally bring in people. And he also has Catwoman as his girlfriend. But this is an early, I guess you can say year 2 or 3 of Batman, where Batman kind of just wants to be lonely. And his costume looks really good. And he's voiced by Jensen Ackles, who voiced Red Hood in Batman the Under Red Hood. He went from that to Batman, which is super cool. But I know people know Jensen Ackles as from the Supernatural show, but people really want Jensen Ackles to play Batman in the DCU. Maybe some people think he's too old. Honestly, I'm all for it if Jensen Ackles can play the Batman. I mean, he got to voice him, but this Batman is just iconic for his voice and his look. It looks like a modern version of the DC AU and bits of the newer comics, and that's what I like about this version of Batman. He first appeared in The Long Halloween. He did appear in a picture in the Superman Man of Tomorrow. But overall, the reason why he's low on the list is because I wish they explored this Batman a little bit more. He could have had a lot more development, but it all kind of got rushed because the Crisis on Infinite Earths movies got rushed. But I'm going to talk more about that in my review for it. But so far, that's number 5. So number 4 is Young Justice Batman. So, I watched Young Justice when I was younger. It's been a long time since I've seen the show, but I've always loved this art style of the characters. It's basically a big category of DC characters, but with the sidekick characters kind of just doing their own thing, and mainly characters like Batman and Superman, Wonder Woman, the Justice League. They're all they're kind of the side characters. They're off doing their own thing, but it's mainly about the Young Justice. But Batman's mentorship towards Robin is pretty solid in this show. Since, like I said, I haven't seen the show in years, but the one thing that stands out is that it shows that Batman does care for the Bat family. He wants Dick Grayson, Nightwing, to have a life of his own and be his successor and not be in the darkness like Batman is. He wants... Wonder Woman calls him out saying, oh, you just want Dick to be like you. And he's so he wouldn't. So, yeah, it just shows that Batman is a true father and a good dad towards Robin. Even if people think it's shady for him to have a child put on a Robin costume and fight crime. But they know the risk. But Bruce trained them well. And now Dick can move on to be Nightwing. That's what he does in the show. So, if I was more of a Young Justice fan, he'd probably be higher on the list. So, with that, I choose Young Justice Batman. He's also voiced by Bruce Greenwood, who also voiced him in the Batman Under the Red Hood movie. So, he does a solid job as Batman. But next is, by surprise, is Lego Batman, voiced by Will Arnett. So he first appeared in the Lego movie, and once I saw that version of Batman, I went, oh my god, This is Batman, Lego form. So Will Arnett is actually a really good voice actor as Batman. Like, he's got that deepness in his voice. He just makes his voice sound really groggly, and you definitely hear it in his voice work. And he's an ally at first in the Lego movie, but then because of his popularity in that movie, they gave us the Lego Batman movie. And there's so many sets. I have some of them, but this Batman is super cool. I like his belt. You can, if you have the Lego, you can actually put on the belt, which is super cool, and it just looks like Batman, a serious Batman who also cracks jokes. He makes a lot of references to previous Batmans, but the best part about this version of Batman, he starts off as kind of self-centered and to himself, but then eventually he learns to have a family. He learns to let Dick Grayson be in his life, Batgirl, Alfred. He learns to stop being so selfish and actually be a good dad. And that's one of the Batman's arcs in this movie, in this Lego movie. And I need to talk about the Lego Batman movie one day, but I'll save it if I ever do talk about it. But Will Arnett as Batman, it's a shame he never got to play Batman again after this movie, in the Lego movie 2. He's a lot of fun in that movie too. But we were supposed to get a Lego Batman movie sequel, but it got canceled for some reason. Probably because of the whole Warner Bros. Thing or whatever with Lego movies. But if we ever do get one, I'm down for it. But Will Arnett, definitely number 3. But number 2 for me for Batman is The Batman from the 2004 show. So I've watched this show a couple months back. I've already reviewed it on my channel. And this Batman's a lot of fun. Voiced by Rino Romano. Sorry if I got his name wrong. But this Batman's a lot of fun because of how colorful and action-packed this younger Batman is. He's got all the high-tech. It's like a more modern, advanced version of Batman. And this Batman starts off, what I liked mostly about the Batman cartoon is, like, they actually showed Bruce's more social life. He actually has friends than just hanging out with the rich people all day. Like, he has Ethan Bennett by his side. They're actually best friends, and they play basketball. They were high school buddies. But then when Ethan becomes Clayface, it makes a tragic story, kind of like Two-Face. But Rino Romano definitely sounds like Batman when he does his Batman voice. And you almost think he couldn't voice Batman because he also voiced Spider-Man. But he does a great job as both Bruce Wayne and Batman. But this Batman, all throughout the series, eventually grows and becomes a more mature Batman. This is like a Batman who's still trying to figure himself out. And he is just a badass altogether who takes down his villains and stuff per usual in a more action-packed way. He's got a cool Batmobile. And he does have the Bat family, Batgirl, Robin. They're a lot younger, but this Batman does mentor them pretty well. And his dynamic with Ellen Yen was really good. Because I don't know, I just felt the mysterious chemistry between the characters. But overall, I think Rino Romano does a great job as Batman. And not a lot of people talk about the Batman cartoon. I've already mentioned that, and I know many others have. But this Batman definitely needs spotlight. For sure. But the number 1 best Batman animated, it's obvious. It is the DCAU Batman, voiced by the amazing Kevin Conroy. Enough has been said about this version of Batman. Is the peak Batman. Like, you never question why Kevin Conroy got to play Batman. Heck, when he auditioned, he wasn't even really sure about the role because he thought he blew it. Because since he never done a voice role. But no, they liked him. And now Kevin Conroy voices Batman until he passed away. And, he did return to voice him in Crisis on Infinite Earths Part 3. That's a spoiler. But this Batman is just, it's got the seriousness of the voice. He's got the lightheartedness of Bruce Wayne. He can basically disguise his voice to be Bruce Wayne and the Batman. And his costumes changed a lot from this to his gray and black, to his gray, black, blue costume in Justice League. And But this world of Batman is easily some of the top tier Batman. He gave us the most serious stories, the most mature, and Batman clearly does help some of his villains, like not like be the bad guy or anything. No, just like for example, a lot of people say Batman's a villain because of the whole him not helping the mentally ill people, but like he literally helped the ventriloquist man get over his obsession with Scarface. That's what I mean. So this Batman isn't all the serious, greedy. I mean, yeah, it's all there, but this Batman does have compassion is what I'm trying to say. And his dynamic with Mark Hamill, his Joker is really amazing, and with Robin, Batgirl, Tim Drake, Robin, it's all just great stuff. Enough has been said about this version of Batman, but I can go on all day about how great Kevin Conroy is, but once we get to our Batman animated series reviews, we'll definitely go in a lot more depth with talking about this version of Batman. So, yeah, that's my top 5 favorite Batmans. For honorable mentions, I guess the Brave and the Bold Batman. I like Diedrich Banner as Batman. And I guess the Lego DC animated straight-to-DVD movies Batman. You know which one I'm talking about. If you're a fan, that Troy Baker as Batman is really good. But overall, Batman is a character that I love a lot, and I can't wait to talk about the animated series, which is coming soon after I finish my TMNT reviews. So anyway, with that being said, thanks for watching, and I'll see you all next time.